In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the dynamic path system built right into SceneForge to add ambient animations to objects in your scene. To get started, simply click on any object in your scene, open up its expanded properties menu over here, and click on the Edit Path button. This will open up the Path Editor window. This is identical on every object in the scene. As you can see right now, I'm working with this tripod camera. Now, the path system essentially allows you to create dynamic dolly tracks on any object. To add a point to your path, simply shift and left-click anywhere in your scene. And you can see now we have a path with 2 points that we can click and drag around on the X and Z axis, or the ground, to move around in our scene. We can shift-click some more to add additional points, or control-click to delete points. If I want to move a point vertically, while I'm dragging it, I can simply hold Shift to move up and down on the vertical Y-axis. I can also add points by right-clicking or two-finger clicking on a trackpad on any point, and choosing if I want to add a point before or after, like so. Now, the options in the menu are as follows. We have a value indicating the distance of the path in meters. This is the total distance of all waypoints if they were spread out in a straight line. Then we have the loop type. This allows you to specify how you want the object to behave when moving on the path. For example, by default it's set to restart. Then from there we can simply play our animation. You can see if the object does not start on the starting point, it'll automatically move to it. And then, over the course of the path duration specified here, move on my path. I can set this duration to anything I want. And you can see that over the course of 10 seconds, it'll move along each waypoint. Now, it's important to note that you can see both a green line as well as the actual track mesh being indicated by the white lines. The path that the object will follow is actually the green path, and the track is just meant to be a visual representation. You can see this by selecting Curved Path, and you can see now our green actual path has a mathematical curve that we can manipulate and move around, while our path still has straight corners. This just makes it much simpler to see exactly what's going to be happening when you click play. The other options are to create a closed path, which essentially finishes off our path by adding an additional segment to close it off. So now if I restart it and set my duration to something like 2 seconds, so it's a little bit faster, you can see that we now have a smooth closed path like so. We can also set the loop type to none or yo-yo if I want the object to go back and forth. The next option is ease path, and this turns off or on whether or not we want the motion to be eased. As you can see here, it eases the motion in and out, creating a much more smooth animation. And finally, the last option is play with timeline. When this is selected, when I play the timeline, you can see the animation will play along with it. This gives you another option if you want to add ambient animation to your scene, such as characters walking around, cameras on tripods or paths, and things like that. The final option is the waypoint wait time. You can see that this only happens when I have a waypoint selected. I'll add a couple more, and you can see that when I select a waypoint, it turns this teal color, and it shows you which one is selected over here. You can deselect the waypoint to deselect it. At this waypoint over here, I'm going to set a wait time of 1 second. And you can see now, when I play it, it'll wait 1 second at that point. And that is an overview of the dynamic path system in SceneForge Studio.